There's more truth to be heard. Do it, please, please. Don't do it. Love isn't free.
Where is my mind? Where is my mind?
What kind of American are you?
Welcome to the Panic Room, where you escape a better person. Maybe by like 0.0001%, but any percent above the 0% is a better percent. Okay? So a better person. Why do you think I'm wearing these glasses already off the bat? Loneliness is the mind killer. For today's video, to overcome loneliness, I thought I would give my co-host Appa another co-host. Some of the stuff that I'm going to say is going to be hard to hear. In the Panic Room, we don't cope, we accept. Let me say that one more time. We don't cope, we accept. The video is going to start pretty rough. As I tell you some hard to hear things, just look at them to feel a little better. They're best fucking friends. I'm going to have to do it. That's right. It's not going to be easy to hear. Some of the stuff that I'm going to tell you, it will be painful for both men and women. But first, let me talk to the men. Men, listen. We're coming out the worst dating market in history. I started that sentence with we're coming out of it. But the timeline isn't as fast as we would like it. Just a year ago, I think it was like the biggest spectrum of men who were just absolutely dry. However, it's not end of the world. Again, we're coming out of it, which means as long as you're patient and you follow some of the stuff that we'll come up with at the end, I hope it helps you. All right? It's not a guarantee. Nothing's a guarantee in life. Okay? You're not the listed Al Gaib. Okay, you're not. Don't do that, okay? Women, come closer, come closer. The men think that y'all have it easy. They don't know that even though it's so easy for you to get men in bed, you're lonely as hell. They think that their goal is to get you in bed, so you get men in bed, so that means you're accomplishing your goal, but that's not your goal. Your goal is to find some connection and find good men who take care of you. Men and ladies, why was the dating market so poor? You heard it all. Everybody talks about social media. Everybody talks about expectations, but there's a lot of factors, all right? We're going to quickly go through some of the factors just so we don't cope, we accept. Let's go through some of them. First thing first, we're polarized. Just like our political climate, I think this is probably the most that we have. I don't know why I started doing the hand motion like Trump, but because of how we get information from TikTok and YouTube and Instagram algorithm, sometime will give us the exact thing to hold our emotion and keep watching it. Nihilistic and negative ideologies on the other side. We're polarized in this country. We're completely polarized between the left and the right, the old and the young, and especially the men and women. Rewind. Factor number one. We're polarized. The country's divided. The rise of dating apps. And again, man, just because it's extremely harder for the men to get swiped on, just because the women have an easier time getting more matches, it doesn't automatically mean that they're finding good connections, good conversations, and they're happy. We become polarized because of the fear by blaming the other side. The young blame the old blame the young. You know, I catch myself sometimes blaming Gen Z for nothing. I'll just be riding a bike and I'll trip and be like, "F***ing Gen Z." And the only way to beat that is critical thinking. We're going back to number 2 again, dating apps. What do you think that did? We're casually dating now. Dating and sex is becoming casual. Giving up your body, entering another body. How are we doing this casually? How are we not talking to the human being after we're done? Am I a hypocrite? Have I done that? Absolutely. Am I saying it because I've never done that? No, I'm saying it because I've done that thinking that's what would make me happy. And it never did. And you could look at all of the stupid red pill science. It is also unhealthy for men to have a high body count as just as much it is for women. Even if the math tells you that for women it's like maximum 3 plus makes it harder for them to find a mate, and they'll just lie to themselves like, nah, I could do it for 10 or 15. It's not like that. The goal shouldn't ever be that. Hey, childless cat ladies, it's okay. Long as you have some kind of community, a special partner that's okay with your choices, you'll be fine. You'll be happy. Adopt all the cats. Look at Appa. I wish Appa was a real animal. It doesn't change that if you find the right partner and you're someone that you're proud of being, you'll be happy. Factor 3 is all of the social norms that are just ever so changing. The other day, my fiance taught me anxious attachment style. What a cute way to say clingy. Factor number 4, unrealistic expectations. Your self-worth and value shouldn't be like to what you think you deserve and expect from others. We have heard how many videos of like women saying they want men to make 150K average at the age of 25. You go YouTube, you'll find hundreds of videos like that. The men consume that information and they're like, all the women are delusions. But then men, no matter how chubby they are, how short they are, how much money they have in their bank account, they also all like the same skinny women with their lips done. That's just the math. Number 5, mismatched intentions. We are not communicating. What did I say? Transparency. We're not communicating to the other person. If you like someone, first of all, if you have a problem, I would call it a problem where you like every attracted person in your circle, it's a problem. You should be trying to connect with people as friends, as people. And then when it's a little bit more than that and you're so attracted to that person, but that person is probably attractive, so other people are attracted to that person. So what's different between you two? So if your balance, traction, is all looks, very little personality, obviously it's not going to work long term. How do you not figure that out? So stop liking everybody that you're attracted to. Relax. It's okay not to date. And then we have the societal pressures. We have to be financially stable for men, and we have to be skinny for women. And that's not always achievable. External pressures like financial stability. How hard is it for us men, do you think, to get jobs and make 150K? Huh? Your dating pool. Think about that. If you're dating men in LA versus dating men in Central Jersey, why do you think you should be looking for men who make 150K above? I don't want to use metadata and science to constantly convince you. Critical thinking sometimes can just be so practical that you don't need to Google the median income for men in your region. However, don't start there. First, get a job yourself, see how much money you can earn, and then realize, okay, if the other side, whoever my partner is going to date, it should be enough if they're in my range. But then if you find somebody who is so funny, so creative, and they're nowhere near your range, you should make that decision based on how much you like to be in their presence. And now, long term, do you want stability or do you want luxury? And most of y'all, you want luxury. All right, listen. Whew, man, I know that was a lot to hear, but I don't want you to lose hope, okay? Because it can get even darker. Oh my God, don't do it. There's more truth to be heard. Do it, please, please. Love is nothing but dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. And marriage is for women. Just a legal transaction to have sex with the same person. Oh my God. What happened? Please don't lose hope. There's hope out there. Let's talk about why love is so amazing, right? Out of all of the red pill, biology and science, and our only purpose in life is just to make more humans. Now, literally the only two things that make us hyper-intelligent species on Earth is art and love. If you don't have art and love, if you don't have music, and painting and these movies or even video games where they combine all of that. Just think of it. What would we be if we didn't have something that transcended our need to just mate? What do you think life would be like? Don't listen to this guy. Love is way more than that. Relationships are way more than that. We have some healthy solutions to overcome our fears and not just play the blame game and hate the other side and become more polarized. And for our first video about relationships and dating, let's keep it simple. Let's talk about some of the things that you have heard, but maybe no one has told you in the way that I tell you. I don't know, maybe. And we're going to start off, right, getting very analytical. How can we make a change, all right? What's the meta? And if you're not a gamer, you don't know what the meta is, right? Our dads used to use the M16s, and our grandpas are using the M13s. The meta's changing, so we can't use the same meta. As much as Fresh and Fit again, Andrew Tate red pill motherfuckers will tell you nonsensical, delusional lifestyles. They're like anti-single mothers. They're like anti any women more than like a 3 body count. All kinds of fictitious, all these superficial goals. Think about how much you're the problem if you're focusing on that. Solution number 1 is obvious. Self-growth. Right? But I'm sure you've heard of that. I just told you that I was going to spin in a different way though. Self-growth. All right? Let's simplify. What's the meta for self-growth? If you're an introvert, you're basically playing the dating game, right, on hardboard. You're playing Dark Souls with no Estus flask. There's no healing. You're going into the club and fighting a mini boss, right? And she's one hitting you with the rejection. You got 0 HP and you're like, shit, I don't have anything to heal. This skill, talking to people, you could only get better at it with practice. You're not going to watch YouTube videos and just be like, oh, I know what to do. I'm going to get my money up and now women are going to love me. Nah, dude. If your goal is to get money, to get women, you're already losing the person you are. You might get women with the money, again, superficial, short-term loneliness killers, but it always comes back because none of it meant anything. You might suppress it. The goal should be to connect with somebody. And how can you connect with somebody, right? If you're just going to fall into your introverted ways, if you are not a talker and you have to talk to somebody, the only way to do it is to practice. And how can you practice that? How about not looking at every woman like someone you want to date? If you have 0 female friends, ask yourself, how many female friends do you have that you wouldn't want to sleep with? That if you had the choice, like she just hits you up, let's sleep together. Hey, come through. How many platonic female friends that if they text you that, you'd be like, yo, you tripping? Girl, are you good? Question mark. What the hell? Question mark. You should automatically assume something is wrong. If you're excited and you'd be just down for that, that means that this friendship, there is a level that you haven't reached that's like healthy and platonic. Bad intentions behind it. That automatically fails. Having the self-growth to make the effort to start talking with people. Maybe don't start with strangers, but maybe talk to women not with the goal of trying to sleep with them. Maybe just try to make some friends. Talk online. Hit people up on IG. If you have a circle of friends, ask a couple people to go bowling. Don't just ask the one girl you like, and the only reason you like them is because they have a big butt. You know what I mean? Make some female friends. The best wingmen are just having cool female friends. Because if you have female friends, I think other women will look at you and be like, these women trust him or around him, and then they seem this is a natural friendship, like you might be a pretty decent person. But also, you do not want to make the friends with girls just to get more women. It should just be, again, for the right reason, right connection to have friends. But if you have 0 female friends or have 1 or 2, and if they wanted to sleep with you, you'd say yes, change that. How else can you work on self-growth? Fashion is important. Imagine you say, I don't have any fashion sense. How? Oh, can you see some of my shit here? If I turn my camera around, there's a closet right there. This is an outside closet just to separate all that shit. It's important to have a work wardrobe and a fun wardrobe and a relaxed wardrobe. Just how simple is that? Your relaxed should be nothing but like athletic wear, Adidas and joggers and nice sneakers that are like super comfy. Comfort should be the goal. And work wardrobe, you want to have black shoes, brown shoes, a black belt, a brown belt, and 4 pants, 4 dress shirts, chinos. Don't overcomplicate it. For every single solution, if you gatekeep yourself by giving yourself a reason why you shouldn't do the thing that I'm saying, you're your own problem. Be well kept. Don't be like me. Literally is so sensitive and hyper focused on their hair thinning. I have to hide my camera. I learned the tactic to not look at my camera by focusing on the webcam. If I look at you, I'm not looking at me. The second I look at me, I literally lose my train of thought because my ADHD kicks in and I just focus on like, oh shit, I look like that. Maybe I should sit a little closer. Maybe I should sit a little further. I gotta turn around because the oil on my hair is fucking glistening, bruh. You see, don't be like that. Just making sure you cut your hair on a timely basis. You get your beard done on a timely basis. If you don't have like a routine, make a routine. How simple is that, right? That's part of the fashion. If you just wear like really nice clothes, but then you don't have any cologne, or your haircut looks like you live in your mom's basement or a top 10 in Call of Duty ranked, no, that's not someone that even men want to talk to. So 1, effort in speaking, connecting with others without any goals. 2, fashion. Okay, we talked about work, comfort, and then outing. We feel like uncomfortable dressing like to go out somewhere, right? You don't have to go to nightclubs. If you're invited to a wedding or a birthday party that's fancy or dinner outside a restaurant that's like really nice, you should have a couple of sports jackets. You know, I'm not a big fan of Zara anymore. I'm not a big fan of fast fashion. If you spend a bit of money by just having like 2 awesome sports jackets versus like 5 blazers from like Zara and Express and ASOS, like trust me, I had like at one point 22 blazers. I saw a video on fast fashion and how much water waste, how much pollution it creates, and I was like, oh hell no. My ADHD will take me anywhere. I'm lost in the dune desert. Muad'Din. What are some of the other things you can work on? How about positive attitude? If you're not a funny person, right? Funny takes practice. Things that you're thinking of that you don't usually say, and say it. Not be afraid to say anything that comes to your mind. That's just a way of having a conversation. Sometimes you're thinking of funny things, but you're too afraid to say it because you're worried about a reaction. Don't what they think. Say whatever the that comes into your head. You also don't want to hurt people. You don't want to embarrass yourselves by being too mean or too aggressive. And don't talk about religion with your coworkers and tell them how stupid it is that they go to church and donate thousands of dollars. Huh? Just think it. Don't say it. Where we at number 4, self-growth, wardrobe, conversations. What was it? Positive attitude. Positive attitude. Huh? Just start with these 3 things for self-growth. I'm going to go through it one more time. The 3 things. Conversations. Connecting with people. Women, men, without an intention other than just connecting with people. 2, wardrobe. 3, positive attitude. If you're just like nihilistic and cynical, you're all the time just fucking like, moo, 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 life fucking sucks. Everything sucks. Oh, horse things suck. I hate this. I hate that. No one wants to be around that. Just start with those 3 things. That's just a start. We'll have multiple other videos on dating advice, right? But this is for mostly my men out there. And we're not going to go on story time and talk about my experiences on this video. You don't need to know my experiences or you don't need any storytelling from me and my experiences to validate critical thinking. We're not talking anything that I have the secret to. However, the secret that I'm giving you is not to listen to all the nonsense that you get from online videos, from Red Pill, and all the other hard copes. Focus on the 3 things we talked about. And I think that will be a good basis to start. We'll continue to dig deeper. Like we'll talk about career, right? Like you should be updating your resume every 6 months. That's not even that quickly. Other people tell you every month or some crazy shit. I promise you every 6 months is good. Okay? Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Goal is to not be hopeless or coping with it by blaming the other side. For all my men out there, escape the panic room, focusing on just 3 simple solutions. Okay, the women, listen. You're not going to like what I have to say, women. Your career really doesn't matter. I am so sorry. And for the men that your career matters to, that's good. But you'll find awesome connections and good long-term partners without being super career focused. I'm not trying to put you down, but it's just simple. Focus on your looks. I'm so sorry that it's so superficial, but they're just 2 things for you. Like, literally, you can't change your face. I mean, you could change your face, you could get your lips on and your Botox done, but like, weight loss, you don't want to be ultra skinny and be anorexic. And I am so sorry to even tell you that, but it's true. I haven't met a single guy that I know, honestly, a single friend, where it was like a healthy reason why they like someone chubby. You should not make that your focal priority. That should be just as important, like half and half. Obviously, focus on having hobbies. Don't be just someone who's on TikTok all day. You should have one hobby. For example, the cheat code is video games and anime. If you're into video games and anime and you're just average looking, you're basically the legendary Pokemon that every guy wants. And they don't have a Master Ball, right? So they're going to have to fight over all their like Ultra Balls and whatever else they could throw at you. Because a regular Pokeball might not catch you because there's going to be too many guys after you. I'm so sorry. I hated that too. I'm sorry. But for my men out there, focus on the 3 things we talked about. And I promise you're going to see change, but don't expect quick reward and quick results. It is going to take time, but along the journey, you might find amazing friends and build connections with people and amazing moments without just focusing on sex. Imagine you just don't have the sex, but you have all this. You can be grateful for that and not feel loneliness. A good way to battle loneliness is to be grateful. And if you have no connections with no friends, okay, you need to hold yourself accountable and look within. It might be you. Just as simple as that. It might be you. That's all I got. I haven't slept, okay? Thank you for watching. I really hope we are leaving this video being more hopeful, okay? My goal wasn't just to tear you down and keep it there, or my goal was to tear you down and build you up like a toxic relationship and love bomb you at the end, okay? We don't do that here. We just gave you some honesty, some deep honesty. Dry as my wine, but also some critical thinking and solutions. Thank you for watching. Please sub and help me pay off my mom's condo. Thank you.